Speak.
Shalom, shalom. It's coming now, isn't it?
Yeah. Speak.
Yeah, I can hear it right there. It's coming now. All right. Hey, we live. All right then, man. Hey, you know, we want to start by saying all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. You know, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word, you know. So yeah, brothers, we're just out here, you know, and you know, out here in London, you know, and well, in the UK. And, you know, we're just going to bring out some scriptures, you know, pertaining to the end of this society, as we always do, man. Because this is the, you know, the end of the world, man. You know, whether you want to believe that or not. Or like these zombies, it's funny because people are coming out now, man. You know, we got to do what we got to do. But yeah, pretty much, man. You know, past where you've been at, man, you see these people in these yab centres and these yabalonians, as the brother says. The yab scene centres, man. People coming in and out like zombies, man. Closed off shops and whatnot. This is the society that we're in at the moment, man. You know? This is the part of the society that we're in at the moment, man. People just getting yabbed up everywhere you go. You know? Work eventually pressuring you, or, you know, environments and people trying to pressure you to take these things. You know, the hour of temptation, even we can start on that. We can start on that. So there's going to be an hour where all of us, you know, are going to be tempted, man, in this faith. Like, the hour of temptation. And it's going to come in many ways. But we know the main way that the hour of temptation comes is by the MOTB, man. Go on, that.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yeah, so if you're keeping the Lord's word of his patience, like what's that? What is keeping the word of the Lord's patience? Teaching. You know, going out there teaching, basically being a sacrificial, like a lamb, like Yahweh Shai, a sacrificial lamb, man. You know, like the Lord was. So you sacrifice we can even get that Romans 12, because you have to sacrifice yourself, man. So that's what it said. If you keep, because you've kept these words, go on, right?
It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yeah, so because you kept my sayings, I'm going to keep you from the hour of temptation, man. You know? So that's the hour of, like, you know, the MLTB, when everything crashes, when your back's against the wall pretty much. That's because we're all going to have them kind of scenarios happen to us as individuals also, man. Like, back against the wall situations where are you going to keep your faith, or are you going to basically give in to what Esau wants? That's basically what it is at the end of the day. It's a test, man. This is all a test. So it's like, if you, basically the test is, to pass the test, you have to basically keep the Lord's will. Keep what the Lord said. That's the test, man. And that's what people that's what 2/3 in this world don't understand, that everything that they do, they're failing. Everything you do, like, in this society, if you do everything off against the Bible, you're failing the test of life, man.
Can I get a quick precept?
Go on, that. Go on.
Quick precept.
Go ahead, that.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Exactly. So I mean, there was a lot in that. Read that again, because there's a lot in that one. But go ahead, please. Yeah, go on.
Verse 1 Peter 1 and 7. That the trial of your faith.
Yeah, it says a trial, man. You know. So when you have trials, like brothers walking this path that we're on, you have many trials, ups and downs. You know. Like someone that's in court, for example, the judge you might have like in the court, for example, you might have a dude that's fighting a 2 long year case, right? And then in that case, one minute he might think he's gonna go down, next minute something happens where he thinks he's gonna be free. You know, it's like up and down. That trial, his emotions are all over the gaff, man, till he gets finally let free or whatever. You know how that shit goes. Well, it's the same thing here. We go through ups and downs, man, in the faith, man. In the we have a trial. We have our up moments, our down moments. Sometimes you feel like you're going crazy, man. Let's be real. Sometimes you feel like you're off. Sometimes you feel like you're not right. You know, like, then other times you feel you know, not to be proud. You feel good. There's times I feel like I'm in the spirit. I'm doing the work. You know, you have ups and downs, man. So that's part of what we have to deal with. But go ahead. What did it say?
Yeah, it says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So for all the ups and downs you go through, if you make it in the end, there's gonna be praise in that. There's gonna be honor in that, in the appearing of the Lord, man. That even fits with 2nd Ezra, with the crowns, because that's what this is all about, man. With all these ups and downs you go through, when the Lord comes back, if you're one of those men, you get crowned, you get the praise, the honor, the glory, you know, because you've done what's right, basically, you know. But before that, we're gonna have to go through these potholes, so to speak, man. That back against the wall scenario, that hour of temptation, man. Because there's that time's coming, man. And you know, now it's very clear in this world that basically everyone that's sided with this world, man, people are getting 10 boosters, third yabs, this, that, you know what I mean? They're fully involved, man. It's like, go ahead, right?
This is 2 Timothy.
Okay. Yeah.
This is 2 Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai. And
yes, the grace that's in the Lord, man. I know, as the Christians like to say, we're under grace. You know, while they do all kind of fucked up shit, they'll be saying they're under grace, right? Well, we are under grace, but we're under the grace of who? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man. But even in that, you know, you can't mess around pretty much. You can't basically willfully sin, basically, because if you willfully do the wrong things, man, that grace ain't gonna be on you, man. You know. Go on. But it says in the grace that's in our Lord, man, which is the Lord that we believe in, the power of Israel. Go ahead, right?
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others. Also.
Exactly. So everything that we hear of the Lord, that's what we're out here doing, man. We teach the word so that, you know, we can reel in the elect, man, to help them get the understanding, to get up out of here pretty much. That's the goal, you know. So that proves that, even that as well, that proves things like the laws ain't done away with, because the Lord said you got to teach it unto other hopeful men, man, you know. So that's how it goes. You got more on that?
Yeah, it says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, endure hardness, man. How the hell do you endure hardness? You have to go through things, man. You know? Spiritual battles, physical battles, man. That's how you endure hardness. The soldiers, when you watch the soldier movies, man, them dudes was out in the trenches.
Yeah.
It's muddy, it's cold, you know, it's uncomfortable. But you know, when they're out in them trenches, you see some of them, you know, you have to grow to enjoy it. You know? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, quick precept.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 23, verse 3. Sorry, verse 2. It says, saying
still got more on that, innit?
Yeah.
Oh no, go on. But
says,
read that.
Saying the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, because you talking about we still keep the laws. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, what they say and do not.
Yeah, because they were being hypocrites, man. They were saying, you know, the things that they were saying the things of the law and things of that nature, but they weren't doing it. You know? Yeah, and that's what it is, man. Like, even with us, you have people that scoff and scorn at us and stuff, but at the end of the day, man, you know, we out here doing the best that we can, man. You know? We're doing the best that we can, you know? But the jokes thing is, those pastors with all the images and that, you know, the decked out houses of gold and stuff, man, they're the worst people, man. They ain't doing nothing like the Lord said, man.
Yeah.
First of all, most of them dudes, you know, they don't, you know, keep a beard on their face. They shave their heads bald. They're total hypocrites, man. They ain't enduring hardness, man. You reading enduring hardness, they ain't enduring no hardness, man.
Nah, man.
You know?
No. Even their scripture compares them unto sepulchre that's like nice and all dressed up, but inwardly it contains
Dead men's bones.
Dead men's bones, man.
Yeah, it's a graveyard.
You know? So like when you go to, so basically them churches is a graveyard.
Well, it is. Well, yeah, but it's a graveyard. Even the Lord, He said that Israel was like the dry bones.
Dry bones.
So it is a graveyard.
Yeah.
Full of dry bones.
And Proverbs.
People are alive, but they're dead in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So have you got that?
Alive in their flesh, but they're dead in the spirit, man.
Yeah. So really, so them churches are just so anytime you see
and they never push. Their churches never push. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say this one thing. The churches, man, and these religious institutions, they never, even Islam and that.
I was just gonna mention
Tahweeds of Islam. They never push hardships. You see them, the Islamic dudes. When you ever see them dudes in Islam, they look like they all got deals.
Yeah.
They all driving big fucking fast cars.
Suits with a bow tie.
They got them perfect oiled beards. Like
bald heads,
fucking Versace jackets.
Yeah,
they're the same as the Christian church, man. You know, sellouts and shit. So they never push nothing about hardship, man. The true Lord, man, He pushed, suffering. You know what I'm saying? Suffering to get glory
and endurance.
You know, like in this thing that we're involved in, you don't just come in this and get no glory. This ain't about glory in the flesh. This is really about suffering in the flesh, man. You know what I mean? Battles, trials, we was reading it. That's what this is about, man. This ain't about coming in for glory of the flesh. It's about suffering, battles, trials, tribulations, hardships, anguishes. Things that the prophets dealt with, man. Go on, that.
Yep. And it says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua.
Exactly.
No man that warreth entangleth.
They don't push that when they the churches, man. That Cesare Borgia. I've never heard Cesare Borgia talk about enduring hardness in him.
Well, come on.
You can do what you want with him.
Yeah. Really, the main doctrine in the Christian church is really to do what thou wilt, man. Yeah. That's really witchcraft. Because the church teaches you that a person can be a freak. You can be a so-called transgender can walk into a church and say, I've accepted Jesus, and everyone's going to be like, the tears going to come to their eyes.
Yeah. Where's the hardship in that, man?
Yeah, I mean, worldly, man. And even this, like a thug who sells drugs can give money to the pastor, and it's all good.
Yeah, he's good.
And they call him a son.
Yeah.
But the guy got that tithe money from being a drug dealer.
Well, he's sticking up his own people.
Sticking up his own people, man. Anyway, and it says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Exactly, man. So we're in a war. So that being said, the Lord said you don't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life, man. Pretty much, because the things of this world can draw you into destruction easily. It's easy, man. If you start getting entangled with things of this society, wanting to be more involved, so to speak. That's what that's like about, man. It's like like wanting more involvement in this world. You start doing that, then you start not wanting to go camp anymore, not wanting to do videos anymore, not wanting to be linked up with the Archeum anymore. That's what happens. You start to lack spiritually, man. Why? Because you're entangled. And that's in a war. If you start thinking about things outside of what's happening, you die. All of a sudden now, where you was more on point before, you was dodging bullets. Now bullets are getting closer to you. All of a sudden you get hit once or twice. Which one is enough. One is enough to kill you. So it's like that. Once you entangle yourself in the things of this world, that one entanglement, that wicked shit. That one entanglement could pull you out, man. So you're not supposed to mingle with this shit of this world, man. Or next thing you're telling brothers you're considering getting jabbed. Or you know what I mean? Like, hold on a minute. Everyone's head's gonna be looking at you like, what the fuck? Brothers gonna like, yo, get this geezer out of the room, man. Yeah. Like, wait a minute, I'm considering getting jabbed. Just some pressures from work.
Get the fuck out of here.
Or pressures from the old lady, or pressures from,
but it's
pressures
true.
from society.
Those are them demons, man.
Demons.
Those are them demons, man. You know, that's why Ephesians 6, spiritual warfare, man. You know, if you feel yourself, you know, in the spirit, you feel weak, or Satan's trying to make you feel weak, that's when you fight, man. You know, fight spiritually. You know, I was just gonna make an example. Do you remember that film, man? I keep forgetting the name, but we watched it. Remember they're at war, them Jakes. They're at war, and there's guys in the trenches talking about his family.
Yeah, dead presidents.
Yeah. And basically, the Jake cursed him out, man. He said, look, man, I ain't trying to think about that shit, man. Yeah. If I think about that here, I'm going to die, basically. That's what he said. You know? And that's how it is, man. You know?
Of course.
You know, Lot, prime example is Lot. You know, when he was fleeing, if he thought about his girl, he would have fucking got...
Well, he would have looked back.
He would have looked back.
The Lord's told him, man, when you're... Don't look back, innit?
Yeah.
That's why even the scripture says, remember Lot's wife, man. She looked back, man. Yeah. He didn't. So it's the same thing. We're involved in something. It's like, hey, don't look back, man. Let's just keep the ball rolling, man. Pretty much, man. You know?
It says,
hey, that spiritual juggernauts, man. When that whole vibration of the world, man, like, bro, we're supposed to keep juggernauting through this world, man. Look what we have been doing that, really, because we've been teaching the word, and the world's waxed worse.
Yeah.
If you was getting more involved in society 5 years ago when you came in, or however long, you know, brothers have been in, if you were starting to get more involved, as time went on, you wouldn't, you know, probably wouldn't be here right now teaching. You'd have been out there because you wanted to get more involved. But you have to be in that spiritual juggernaut vibe, man, like that stone rolling to the finish line. Don't stop, man. Go on, man. Yeah. It's easier said than done, but that's the fight, man. You know, even in the world they say that, you know, God loves a trier. You know, like, and we don't like the word, you know, God, but hey, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, you know, he gives these fights.
Yeah, his toughest battles, his strongest warriors.
Hey, 2/3 love that saying, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But
they don't even know what they're saying it.
Yeah.
Why they even saying it. But it's true. The Lord gives these battles to, hey, the Lord doesn't give you nothing that you can't handle, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dad. Go on.
Yeah. And it says, no man that warreth, so it's a battle, you know, entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Yeah, so you've been, it's actually a gift, what the Lord's given you, but you've been chosen to, like, soldier for the Lord, man, pretty much, man. Like, basically hold a post, man. Be out there, do what you gotta do, man. You know?
And at the same time, deal with everything that comes with it, you know? You know, like, you know, the mental demons, you know, the physical demons, you know, like, you know, like the scripture says that much study is weariness of the flesh. So in general, just having this knowledge, you might come in the truth young, you know, you can probably backflip, and as times go by, you're getting, you know, skin rashes and ailments, and
you can't backflip.
You can't backflip. You can't even stand up. You know?
Hey, when I was in the faith, like a while back, bro, like when I came in, I tried to like not go out, you know, like I tried to run away once, but like the spirit had it where I came like to the camp anyway. But I tried to, I was like having demonic battles where I tried to run away from teaching.
Yeah, man,
and I, you know, and then the very next camp I was out there, and then obviously, you know, brothers, you know, kind of got on me afterwards about why did you just dip like that? And I told them, real man, I didn't think I could handle it. That was when I first was coming. Oh no, when I was early in, you know. Yeah. But then what happened was, brothers like, look, man, bro, you know, a specific brother like, look, man, this ain't a joke. You can't be doing shit like that. Yeah. And you know, I've grown from then. Then, you know, and that's how it is. But I did try and dip, bro, because I was scared, bro. But, I was like, man, I can't handle this. I was actually felt like that. This is like some like the demons was back fucking me up. Like, yo, man, you got to get out of here. Go back to your comfort zone.
I got that.
Jeremiah,
like the spirit and the demons were like, go back to your comfort zone, man. You know, just you don't have to do this. But then I got convicted. So that very couple of days, I didn't miss the camp though. You know what I'm saying? I haven't missed the camp. I went straight back out there. But then it was just the way I did things. The bro was like, look, got on me about that from there. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's part of the fight, man.
Even a prime example. You know, when you first come in, I'll be honest. You know, I've been through that. You know, you're kind of scared to be seen by your family at the camp. You're kind of like, you know, you're probably on the post with a hoodie on tight, holding a sign here. You know,
yeah.
I'm testing for myself. But then after when your people do see you, wait man, what are you doing? You know, that adversity, you know,
it builds you up.
And now you don't give a fuck who sees you.
It builds you up.
You don't care. You don't care if your boss right now at work sees you.
But you can see how the fruits of that staying in the fight. Now you're different.
Yeah.
All of us are different. You know, I can say for every brother that's here, you can see that they've, you know, I can see anyway, I'm around you, so I can see that, you know, brothers have grown a certain way from things, you know? You can see it. So you're different from what, you weren't the same back then. Your faith's grown. It's like now it's even more like, I don't care if they see me, I'm cursing them out.
Yeah, straight.
We've had it at the jobs and outside, but it's like you grow up from that.
And because your faith increases, the Spirit can have it where the Spirit has it where you're like, well, even if they do see you, because there's been many times people at work see me, whatever, they don't say shit.
Yeah.
Nothing happens of it.
Yeah. But you,
but
because of them demons, you make so much of things.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be seen. I gotta get out of here. I got like back then.
What do you know? Remember a couple weeks ago, guys?
You still. But that being said, I'm sorry. But that being said, you still got to be smart. You know, you don't want to just put yourself in bad situations. Yeah. You know, but go ahead.
No, go on. But read. Let's read.
Right.
Jeremiah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 8. For since I spake, I can start from 7.
Yeah.
It says, O Lord, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily.
Yeah, because you know, actually, because when you read, remember when they came in the truth, you know, apostles were speaking about it, that he was a child. He was actually a young man. So when you read the chapters of Jeremiah, he's growing up.
Yeah.
The different time spans. So obviously there he was younger. Lord, you know that fire. You know,
he didn't want to teach.
You know, that's what he had.
He said, "I'm too young." No, I don't care. You're telling me you're too young. I'm telling you.
He was moaning.
That's what the Lord said. I'm telling you. And then later on, Jeremiah said, "Man, fuck these two birds. Don't pray for them." He actually
make your head against their head. Yeah.
So he actually went, but he's evolution. He's evolution, man. He's the evolution. He's right. He's right spiritually.
Righteous.
He grew righteously.
He evolved spiritually to something better.
Yeah.
You know?
He grew. And you get that now. Like now, you're not the same as you was for before you'd have been more like trying to teach everyone. Now it's like, man, I don't want to tell no one nothing. At least the Spirit makes them, you know, come to you, and you're like, you know, you pick your battles, so to speak.
Better at discerning it, right?
It's better at discerning it. Like before, you'd have just been running up the truth to anyone, any Jake you see, any 2-bit. Like it's true. Sometimes you don't even, because you haven't grown, you're like talking to just some 2-bit lowlife.
Yeah.
And you're not even like really reading that. He's just a 2-bit.
You know, some nigger out bust up.
You know? This is good news. It's like, don't you want to hear this gospel? Don't you want to hear this good news? And then after a while, just get like Jake, because then you understand. Hold on a second, the Lord's blinding these guys. Wait, hold on. You know, you might talk to a guy, you see the glaze has come over his eye, he starts getting sleepy, might start blinking, you know?
He's like, I hear you, bro.
That overload.
It's not for everyone.
Go ahead with that Jeremiah, because that's what Jeremiah was doing, man. He went through his things, man. You know, that he had to get toughened up. Go on, that.
It says, and has prevailed. I am in derision daily. Everyone mocketh me.
Because you remember when he was teaching, he was teaching around them Benjamites, man. So imagine he's a young man, you know, he's a young kid,
a youth,
and then big Jakes with beards, yo, youth. You know, obviously they'll say it in Hebrew, but it was just scoffing at him, man. And if you read, is it like I think it was Jeremiah that got put in stockings.
Yeah, it was Jeremiah.
He was Jeremiah got put in stockings, and he got put into a pit of mud and shit. So he was in this mud, you know, he was rolling. He was like, fuck this, man. So really, he was really going through it, man. And that's the same thing.
Going through some shit.
And spiritually, you know, starting off with our apostles and elders.
So it's on now.
I don't know
what setting that is.
I don't know why I was doing that.
Probably worth keeping an eye on it, you know.
Probably was just getting overloaded.
Yeah.
It's alright, we'll just go back and forth, man. Hopefully we'll come back on.
Yeah, I've got data. Go ahead, bro.
It's loading up. Go on, keep speaking.
Okay, come. Go on, bro.
Then I said,
Did it straight say it's live there?
Yes, it says live.
Okay, don't worry, keep speaking, man. It's alright.
Who's live there?
Yeah.
Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, for his word was in mine heart as a burning fire.
Yeah, it's back on. It's back on. Brother said it's back on as well. Yeah, so but his word was in my heart as.
Read it again.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
Jeremiah
You're
chapter
breaking it
20,
down,
verse 9. Then I said, I will not make mention of him,
Yeah.
nor speak any more in his name.
Yeah. So, but again, I was saying that because he wasn't like he was scoffing against the truth. He was like, man, this persecution is too much. But guess what? The Lord built up his faith, to actually deal with that, man.
Yeah, but it's like because you're catching hell. It's like that's what. Yeah, I can't do this. You know. So yeah, so he had the spirit like, yo, I can't deal with this. But guess what? The Lord made him deal with it, man. That's what it is. If the Lord picks you to do it, you're out there, man. That's it. This is your life forever. No questioning it. No turning that way, turning this way. Got some more on that.
Yeah.
Go on, that. It's just straightforward, man. This is your life from then. Go on, that.
Yep, and it says, but his word was in mine heart as a burning fire, sharp in my bones, and I was weary.
Yeah, so even though he had that I can't deal with this mentality at first, the word was in him.
Yeah.
Which that goes back to Jeremiah as well, man. Before I knew
yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
the word was in him, so it's like you can't really do nothing about that.
He's been ordained to be a prophet. So
He's ordained.
If you're a prophet, you're a prophet. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophet.
You can't help it. So even though he was trying at the beginning, he was like, I can't deal with this. He really couldn't help it.
Yeah.
It's not, the thing is, like it's funny because the Lord, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Yeah, the Lord does that because it's like, bro, if it's your lot, that's just what it is.
Oh, Jonah.
I was going to mention that.
If it's your lot, that's what it is.
Yeah.
If you're awakened to do this is what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
Yeah. There's not. Yeah.
All them aspirations you had, let's say you had aspirations in the world, that was really, it was false.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a pro football player.
This, that.
Or I wanted to be a top musician. That was really never going to happen, really. If you're ordained of the elect, that was never going to really work out.
Yeah. Hey, and certain circumstances get put into place where the Lord forces you out of that. You might be the next top footballer, and you break a leg. Before you know it, you find the Lord had you in the truth, man. And there's certain brothers, that have had experiences of that, man.
Yeah.
And us all in our individual ways, man. You had your plans, aspirations in the world, and then the Lord makes things not work out. Then you stumble on the word, man.
And he said in Jeremiah, he said it was a burning fire in him. Mm-hmm. So it's true, man. It's like the word's like that, man. It's like, hey, sometimes if let's say it happens where, you might have to miss the work makes you miss a Saturday. It's like a burning fire. I need to be out there. Let's say them demons at them jobs all of a sudden, try to hinder you going out there, but it's in you. Like I need to be out there, man. The first chance I get, I'm going out there.
Yep.
You feel guilty, man. That's if you don't feel that vibration of like being like guilty for not teaching. It's like that's not good, man. You need to be feeling like that. Mm-hmm. If you're not, you need to. That's that fire, man. I need to be out there, man. I need to be involved. I can't not be involved in this truth, man. Go ahead, that. But and ultimately, that's given. The scary thing about all of this is that it's given by the Lord, man. It's given and taken by the Most High, man. Go on, man. Go on. Man. Okay. But that was the point, man. Jeremiah was like, "Yo, Lord, I can't deal with this right now." But then, when you read on, man, when Jeremiah, when it went on, man, Jeremiah like was going in. He became like super tough, man. Thicker skin.
Yeah.
Like even now, it's like you got to be like that too. It's like scoffers can't get to you as much as they would have done before. You know, like scoffers and scorners. Your skin's thicker, man. Like, yo, so what, man? You insulted me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? Ah, forget him. You know that vibe.
Wait, well, even this, like even about, I was gonna just use an example, like, you know, like everyone here, obviously, ain't on the 12 tribes chart. So when you first come in the truth, you might watch a scoffer say, if you're from the west coast of Africa, then you're a Hamite. Or if you're from Africa, or if you're from Turkey, wherever, this guy's an Edomite.
Yeah.
But when you first come in, you probably might just start to kind of blink. Oh shit. But then, you know, through over time, you're like, man, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. All you guys gonna be destroyed.
Hey, when I first came up to the camp, the brother was at the Raza Allah, you know, he was at the camp with the sign, right? And he said to me, I said, bro, I'm not even on the sign. He said, hey, it don't matter, man. The Lord's sheep hear his voice.
That's it.
That's what the brother said. I was like, I always remember that. You know?
That's beautiful, man.
I always remember that. He said, yeah, the Lord's sheep hear his voice. Hopefully, you know, brothers are of the sheep. But I always remember that. The brother said that to me. You know? So it's true, even them, that don't even affect man anymore, man, like them kind of things. It doesn't, to be honest, like you gotta, from when you have the faith, that's you anyway, you're good, man. The Lord's with you. You know? So if you're a brother right there that is like, looks like a so-called white brother or whatever, but you believe, hey man, you got that faith, bro, you're good, man. Just keep on learning. Keep on believing, man. That's it.
Is it that for someone who looks like a so-called white person, to believe and know that so-called white people are going to go into slavery, understand Edomites, not get bugged out by that, then be like, well, I'm going to get my melanin, I'm going to be in the kingdom,
change body,
yep.
So
this is
deal
just
with all that.
That's a blessing.
But bro, but you see that, but that shows you. See what that shows you as well. You see, like the bodies we're in now. Yeah, this don't just not just white jakes. All of us. Yeah, bro, we're actually in the flesh. We're not in the. We don't even. This realm is like it exists in the flesh, but it's really. It's temporal.
Yeah, we shall all be
it's actually temporal.
We shall all be
you know, it sounds like, you know, when you see people, I'm not trying to get all deep, but you know, you see, you know, that nothing here is really matters, and you know, I'm not trying to get all deep, but it's very true. Like these stupid railing gates ain't gonna be here. It's gonna be brand new. This you know, this green that we're in is gonna be renewed. Everywhere in the planet's gonna be renewed. These buildings we're looking behind ain't gonna be here in the near future. You know how the people say that, like, you know, like.
No, it's true, because everything's temporal. Even this flesh is temporal, and it actually takes faith to actually believe the flesh is going to be changed, man. You know, it takes faith to believe that this flesh, whether you're a brother who so-called looks white or you look like a Chinese man or whatever. That's going to be changed, man.
But that's what the brother, even what Nate, sorry, like, go on, bro. What the brother was even saying, he just said it there as well, like, for you to believe in all these things. So going back to, so if you're like a brother that's watching, that's of another nation, but you have faith, that's it. That's that beginning ingredient right there, baby, the faith. Then you grow off that.
Yeah, if you're hearing this word and you're like, this just makes sense. I feel like I've been, my whole life, this is what I was missing. Oh, you want to hear more? It's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. You're getting a good meal. You know, like you might not eat for like your whole life. You know, you ain't ate, and if you're going for, it's like going through a desert. You're going through a dry desert, or like you ain't drank nothing, and then suddenly you get a meal, a table prepared in front of you,
it's right there,
gourmet meal with water, wine. You're drinking, and you're like, man, because that's what this word is likened onto. It's working onto tables that are prepared, man, on food, you know? Good food, man. And that's fed to us by our apostles and others, man, through the spirit of power.
It's still coming here, like, you know? Anyway, go on. Have a quick one. Nice dog too. Go ahead, hey, it's deep, man, because bro, you're making me think too, man, because even with that stuff there, even like everyone's got their fight, man. So the fact that, you know, like you might be a Jake foreigner, that's part of your fight, bro. You know, brothers that's like out there, that's a Jake foreigner. That's actually part of your fight. That's actually part of your tribulation, or what you know what I'm trying to say? That's part of it, man. It's that part of your path.
And so the other side, flip side of it is also to believe that brothers that look like the heathen nations are going to come in. You know, because you got people out there
strangers.
That Exactly. Yeah.
The strangers.
Well, you had Captain Tazariak with that young Ghanaian lad, and he, he was breaking down some knowledge. The brother's like, he's a smart young brother, like Tazariak, and then he said, nah, you can't come to this barbecue, brother, and because apparently he's a Hamite.
He's a Hamite.
And then the kid cut him, bro. I can't remember what he said, and even Sarnetta was there stirring it. You know how he is. But that young Ghanaian brother, before he said he was Ghanaian, you just knew he was a Jake. No, you can look at him and say, that's a Jake. You know it. And Tazariak was like, man, this brother, you got it. You smart, man.
You're a smart young brother.
Then when he said he's from Ghana, I think he's from Ghana.
Yeah, he's Ghanaian, boy.
When he said he's Ghana, nah, you Hamite. You can't come to this barbecue. It's like, even the young kid was like, you serious?
But, hey, man.
You could tell that young lad was a Jake, man. But that's them doctrines of men and all that.
Doctrines of men, which is not spiritual.
How you gonna turn down an Israelite?
Hey, but
that's some nigga shit though. Like,
hey, but bro,
yeah.
Can you mind if I just want to make an example?
Yeah.
Well, a prime example is Canelo. Yeah. Canelo is the best boxer right now as you speak. He's pound for pound one, right? But then you know what people say? Oh yeah, man. Issachar, man. Well, yeah, of course he's Issachar, right? But he and this brother's skin shade is the same.
Or they got the same color hair.
They have the same color hair.
Canelo's red, like we've got red hair, man.
Canelo has
Irish ginger and all that.
Yeah, but then guess what?
Freckles and all that.
Exactly. But then the point I'm making is a person will say, Issachar, man, he's on the chart, but his flesh looks white. Exactly. So if you can have a white Jake that's on the sign, how is it impossible to have a white Jake that isn't on the sign? You know?
Exactly.
Come on. Exactly. Like if this brother, if they compare them flesh to flesh, don't say, oh, well, Canelo's an Israelite, but he's an Edomite because he's from that region of Turkey, which just shows you that's just stupidity, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
I have a quick one.
Go ahead.
This is John 10 and 27.
But for niggas, it's like, for degenerates, it's like what suits their palate.
Yeah.
Because if it was like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, because you're gonna have Jakes that totally act like heathens, man. Can't dance, can't fucking do a backflip, can't do a push-up, but he's a Jake.
I remember
there was a dude that used to come to the camp and his flesh was deteriorating. He lived around here somewhere, but he was like, a South African brother, but he looked like an Amalekite, man. But he was coming in the name of the Lord and that. I don't know if brothers will remember him. But like, he would always ask questions. I think he even believed he was Levi. And he would actually come in the name of the Lord to the camp. But later on, we've seen him, he was getting in a wheelchair, his legs were deteriorating, catching hell. But he was actually a Jake, man. Straight up Jake, bro. Then I remember back in the days as well in the camp, a couple years back, you had the old Edomite looking dude.
Come all the time.
And he used to salute brothers.
He used to come every couple months.
Like a old Cockney man.
Yeah.
And he just stand there, salute and all that. And he was saying,
cool, man.
And he was cool as hell.
He was cool. I remember that guy.
So come on, man.
He used to come every couple months, like every 6 months, just stand in the crowd, and not say much, but he basically would consent to the truth, man. I have a quick one.
Go on.
This is John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making with that scripture is that it don't matter what a man looks like. If he comes to the camp, and he's he's studying, or he's reading, he's asking you questions, and you can just see in his spirit that this guy's sincere, or at least he's trying to learn. He believes. Then he's an Israelite, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's not on you to knock that man. Let him
do
what he's
man.
Do. Exactly.
Like take that personal.
Them.
Salaka, man.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, take that personal shit from school like this truth, man. You know ones.
That's not spiritual,
You know what I mean? Because like in school, you probably had a teacher that was so called white, and you was like, oh fuck him, I hate him. So you come in the truth. So anyone who has that flesh, he's an Edomite. No, man, a spiritual man discerneth all things, man. Even spiritually.
Yeah, because it does go deeper than the flesh, man.
It goes deeper than the flesh, man.
But that's where the faith comes in. Faith and you know, spirituality, man, because it takes that to get this, man. You know, it does, bro. You know, and then another thing is that you remember, you know, we're not in control of nothing here. It's all the Lord's doing, man. You ain't really got, you know, the power over that. It's the Lord's doing, man. So you see all these camps. Nah, you brother, you can't come. Well, first of all, I don't want to come to your shit anyway. If I was that little young brother, I'd be like, man, I don't want to come to your shit anyway, man. A fucking Passover, you fucking linebackers. And we seen an IUIC guy. Remember we see him?
Yeah.
I think he was not IUIC. He was Tazari ISUPK, bro. That dude looked like a linebacker. Like he was huge, and he was in the Houston station. And it was like Elder Ramal was there, Napes was there, I was there, and we were like kind of sitting like we're like this now. And the dude walked past us, and he had no spiritual, like you could see no spiritual discernment on the dude. Because it's like if I was to see three brothers in that. And even if they're other camps, I would know they might be Israelites. You know, we even like that. If that brother looks like he might know something. That person looks like this dude was just walking past the whole of Houston over everyone. Like you had to see him. He looked like the Terminator, fucking 2.0. You know them GMO steroids. He was wham, and he obviously lifts a bit of metal because he was wham, bro. But then, and he had the army boots, blacked out, and he had to be ISUPK branch off here or one of their troops they sent. But he didn't look spiritual at all. He just looked carnal. He was walking past the whole of Houston. He was like over the whole of the station. He was like, he stood out, innit? He stood out. He was a big dude, man.
I'm sure that same geezer, if he bumped into you, what? I saw.
So, bro, he actually saw us, and he actually. But this is what I'm saying. He saw. He walked past us so close, but he didn't even have no
spiritual discernment
to be like, hey, these Israelites. He just walked by us like you know, no. So, hey man, if you want to follow these other camps,
come on, man.
That's you know, they we can say that boldly. Them guys are not teaching the truth. You know.
Yeah.
And we're the only camp that pushes that, man. Yeah. I remember a few years back, the apostle, you know, tell the brothers to go out there and do a video. Am I a black Hebrew Israelite? You had all the brothers that, you know, brothers from Ephraim, Issachar that look kind of white Jake brothers. You know what I'm trying to say? Push it, making that, you know, and funny because that video, Vocab never made a reply back to that.
Never did a video on that. Never did a video on that.
Because what can he say?
What can you say?
He never said.
He's just the devil. He's gonna come up with
bro,
another
he
lie.
actually did.
Bro, you had a whole clip of brothers saying, "Look, am I a black Hebrew Israelite?"
Yeah.
50 different brothers from, you know, all the camps.
And getting it in.
Yeah, and Vocab never made no response, man. Who's waiting for you to go back on that wax and make that track? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably saw it and ate an extra slice, man.
No, because you got Ephod.
Yeah.
You know, like, you got Ephod. You got Ephod, man.
I got a precept.
Go on, man.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7.
Yeah.
But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Yeah, and you know when you read that story, it's talking about like King David, because when you compared King David to his brothers, the scripture says basically he was like a young man, a stripling.
Yeah.
You know, and his brothers was, you know,
War,
tonks,
gone through battles,
you know,
scars,
big forearms, you know, Khan and all
can
that.
fit in their armor.
You can, you know,
that armor just like sits on them properly.
Yeah, you know, them beards are hot, them, you know, them deep Jake love and all that. But now spiritually, when we bring out that scripture, it applies to the same thing. You know, a person.
Well, if you look at them, I'm sorry, go ahead. Like, no, but if you look at those other camps here, like they got that look.
Yeah.
Like Nate and them, you know, they actually look like, you know, like the so-called perfect guys and all that.
Perfect Jakes.
And then you see the ISUPK, they're all big guys in cloaks and the spiked armor, and they're all, you know, big brothers and all that.
Shalom.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's true, man.
Yeah.
But and then so people will look at it, nah, these gotta be because they look like a clique.
Yeah.
Because they look like a clique, these gotta be the dudes. You know, like a Jake who like a Jake who likes that theatric stuff. You know? Like, go on, right? But then when you see GMS, you see like, you know, brothers talking about how the fucked up the world is. You might see a brother that's through, you know?
Yeah. You know, weak.
A brother looks like he's got ailments. He's young but with ailments.
Yeah.
And you know, we coming with that spirit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is what the word says. We all about the word, not even no theatrics, just the word.
Just the word, man.
Go on, bro. And we get that from our teachers.
I have a precept.
Go on,
Have you got one?
Because if it was all about that, bro, we would be out here with shiny studs and fucking a collar, a fucking thick military, a Spartan helmet.
What? Well, bro, if it was about that, all the NBA Jakes, NFL, they're of the elect. That means all the biggest Jakes, you know, they're like 250 pounds, but they can backflip.
Yeah,
you see them, all of that. Yeah, them Jakes, come on, man. If it was about stature and dark Jake and beard, all them fucking NFL, NBA 2/3, them geezers will all make it, man. I'm not saying you ain't got secret disciples amongst them. I'm just making it in general. I got one. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, has sent forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and unto angels. And
how the hell can that near crippled brother be a man of the Lord?
Yep.
What? He ain't out there with, you know, like he can do 1,000,000 pull-ups and push. Yeah. How the hell is he? How's that guy that looks like a white dude a man of the Lord?
Yeah.
But you know, I was thinking about something. Or how the hell is this dude that looks so and so like a heathen from that heathen nation? How the hell is he a man of the Lord? How can he tell me what to do?
Yeah.
But hey, that's the Lord works in mysterious ways, as they say.
And that's what happened with Jeremiah. He was a child.
Yeah, how's this kid telling me what? And that happens to people.
Yeah.
You know, you might have a brother that's younger, and then older people don't like the fact that he's in, you know, the spirit that he's in.
Yeah, they're not being spiritual. That's the age demon.
Yeah, but it's funny because them things like that
already
happen.
know.
But you know what the joke's thing is, bro? I was gonna say, see, like the fleshly things, like the you might look like you're a part of the heathen. You look like you're a so-called heathen. You might like me. I'm from so-called Eritrea. This brother's Turkish. Brother's from Ghana. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But then look at it like this. And you know, but you look, you know. But look at it like this. I'm saying like this. These things are to humble you as well.
Yeah.
That's why you get ailments. You might have, it's not about that mighty shit, because ailments humble you. Yep. You know, fleshly hurdles humble you, man. It keeps you humble, bro. You know, because if it was all about that image and strength and all that, we wouldn't be in no hell.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? You know, you got Mike Tyson, as great as he is. How the hell was he in slavery?
Yeah.
How was his spirit in slavery as great as he is? Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, as great as he was as a professional fighter. How the hell was he How the hell was his forefathers in slavery?
Yeah.
He's from such a great line. So it ain't about all of that, man.
Precept.
And that's what. Go on. Yeah, go on.
I have more, but go ahead, bro. I'll read this out.
All right. This is 1 Corinthians 1:26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty.
Yeah. So these top scientists, like the Lord, didn't bring Jakes from university. I'm not saying brothers and go. You understand what I'm saying? You know that look.
Yeah.
Shalom. You know, obviously.
I've got 2 masters.
You know, I've got 2 masters, 2 degrees.
Which you can come out of that in the world.
Yeah, there's But again, the point of that shit was like the point us brothers are making is that the Lord doesn't use them to teach the truth. We might come from that in different ways, but when we come in, we become a new creature. Like you see these Christians. You know what they do? They'll be like, oh, here is Scott Stevens from the University of Cambridge to talk to you about Jesus. And people in the crowd are like, oh, yeah, boy. You know that this guy went Oxford, Cambridge. Oh, boy. Man. You know what I mean? But us, man, us brothers don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's true. But how someone that's got these uni degree, like these, you know, he's somebody of this world, how the hell is he going to be open to things of the heavens? When you think about it, like, obviously we're looking at it from the angle we're looking at it, but it's true. It's like, how can someone, because this is deep information that we, you know, so it has to be, this can't be taught by man.
You have to be born again.
You have to be born again. Your brain has to be opened up again to deal with, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's true that all that, a studied, scholarly person of this world, you know, how the hell are they going to tell you about the heavenly realm, man? Paul had to be taught again, man.
Yeah.
He was basically what you could call a studied person.
Yeah.
He was very educated in the law and all that, man. He was from that stock, man.
Yeah. And Paul said they cast them, he count them all as dung. You know, that's what he said.
That he may learn of the Lord.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything, man. So the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai, he basically reawakened him, man.
Yeah.
You know, give him the gift of faith, the spiritual understanding. Because without that, you can't go anywhere in this.
It's breath. You know, spiritual understanding is breath, man. That's actually life. Because the point is this. We've had some Christian scholars that have come up. They can quote the amount of horses King David had or whatever, but when it comes to the prophecies and the spiritual understandings, reincarnation and other things, but they don't understand.
But that's the elite of Esau also on that kind of level. Because even though they know the truth, what the elite of Esau, they don't have like the spiritual understanding.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. That's why they definitely be watching, the camps, man. Starting with our apostles, man, and apostle elders. Where the source comes from, they check that out. They be watching that. They be watching these things to learn. Because it is, they got all these things of the world, but then what they don't have is the Lord ain't dealing with them on that level. He's dealing with them for their purpose. Go on, man.
Right, bro.
Not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty.
Yeah, mighty. So that's why, as you were saying, them NFL Jakes, which again, you've got certain brothers who've actually left that. But in general, the face of the truth isn't about how mighty you are. It isn't about us, because guess what? Like, even if a person is a mighty man in the flesh, in this society, we actually don't have no power, man.
One of the brothers in Holland, right?
Yeah.
The brother's got a heavy ailment. That's spiritual. One of the brothers out there, he's got like a heavy ailment. And when we was out there, he was showing me, basically he was up in that UFC stuff. And he was showing me, him in the cage and that, like brother was looking with Diesel ready for war. But he came in the faith.
Yeah.
That brother could have been one of them next Dutch stars.
Yeah.
Dutch kickboxing into the UFC, and he's a multi-millionaire now.
Yeah.
He was showing me when I was out there, but he's got like a heavy ailment, that brother, one of them brothers out there. But he was showing me could have been in that world.
Yeah.
So that's funny, man. But the Lord can do things where He will humble you, to bring you in. But like someone that's like, I don't know, John Jones, he ain't coming in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A mighty dude, a multi-millionaire fighter with everyone throwing panties at him. Of this, he ain't coming in this. Jay-Z. As they call him, the GOAT, which I don't know what demons that dude's working with, man. But people love that guy.
Hove.
He could just command the room. He could just. I've heard people say that he can just come. I'm like, how the fuck is he so like rated? Like I'm telling you, there was always artists. In my opinion, there was artists better than him, like lyrically and all that. I don't know what is the hype with that dude. But anyway,
fuck Jay-Z.
But not many mighty. So go on. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Yeah. So a former president ain't gonna come hold post, man. Former black president in the Caribbean or wherever,
Yeah, those demons. Man.
Yeah, so yes, man. In 1983, I was the president. No, he ain't gonna come in.
Yeah, because if he
came in,
it's a wrap.
Some Benjamin bitch. That's the president. You're most noble. But guess what? But then guess what? In the truth, there's in righteousness, if we are the elect, eventually we gonna be esteemed as all those things. But in this world, we're esteemed as nothing.
The offscouring.
I was just thinking about that scripture all day today at work, man. The offscouring of the world.
Okay. We'll get it.
Go ahead.
But Yahweh Shai have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Yeah, so Jakes, if you were, just like a normal guy in the world, or a Jake, he was just he's poor, so-called poor.
You know how this world is so wicked, because you got like a guy like I don't know, use him as an example, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like a Jake, he's got all these great moves, and the people, you seen them concerts, man. Them Japanese people falling on the floor, fainting at his concerts. You know, but then the joke thing is about that is that Michael Jackson, as great as he is, he got like many Jakes that can dance and whatnot, but they looked at like they ain't shit in society.
Yeah.
You know, like you're a Jake walking in this world. I'm using that as an example, but you looked at like you ain't shit, but then you got a Jake on the screen and he's reverenced like God, but then you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's because he hasn't got that Jake that's on a low level, ain't got what Mike has and all that, the goodies, the glory and whatnot. So it's the same thing on a. Obviously, we're not comparing ourselves to Michael Jackson, but I'm saying like, basically, in this society, plus that we believe in the Lord, we're looked at like we ain't shit anyway from the jump, and then the Spirit of the Lord on top of that intensifies that, man. You know?
Well, bro, a prime example is this.
Intensifies that, yeah.
When some Jake rapper says, "Oh, 12 tribes of Israel," says some lyric.
Israel.
Then some Jake.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, prime example. Yeah. So some Jake, you told about the truth.
Yeah.
In back in the day. Like, yo, bro, you seen this?
Yo,
bro, like Kendrick, man. And after for about a week,
and you just be saying that, word, he said that.
Yeah. But these times you put the scriptures in his eyes, man. You actually showed him.
See it.
Yeah, man, because that's a dark icon of King James.
Like, bro, it's true. After after all this George Floyd mess and that, I always bring him up. But after this George Floyd mess, like all this shit that happened, all of a sudden everyone was like, yeah, man, they're killing like the ethnic peoples and all of this. Now that they don't even talk about that anymore anyway. That's that's just Esau knows that with Jake. It's just it's phases. It's phases. Then it fizzles out because really Esau controls that as he wills anyway. But where's that spirit gone?
Yeah, man.
1 minute, yeah, man. Because I was reading about this Israel thing, and now you don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
It's like so that's how you know if it's the Lord's doing. Because if it was up to 2/3. We'd just be dead.
We'd be dead, man.
There is no getting out of this. If it was up to some Ephraimite that not even Ephraimite, but a Puerto Rican that loves pork and mofongo and Cesare Borgia, we wouldn't ever get out of this motherfucker, man. If it was up to some Judite, well, not even Judah, but so-called American Negro, which are Judah, but they like to be called Negro. Well, I'm American. You know what I mean? Fine. If it was up to you, we wouldn't have fucking get out of here, man. We'd be stuck here forever, man, wading in that water.
Well, even the LA, man, in riots in '92. You know that Jake?
Yeah.
What's his name? The Jake that got beat up?
Rodney King.
Rodney King. That metered. You know when you see the interview after he got banged, he was on a podium. With his eye, was a bloodshot eye, black eye, swollen face. He's like, man, can we all get along? And then at that time, even Jake had to tell him, bro, shut up, man. They fucked you up. That's the point is, if it was up to people like him, that
would be asleep.
That faggot Martin Luther King, that freak,
Jesse Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. That guy's a joke. But I have a quick point. This is
there's that film Barbershop. You ever seen it?
Yeah, Barbershop.
And then you got that, Cedric the Entertainer. Yeah, he's in it, and then they're all sellouts. Ice Cube, they're all sellouts, man. But I like that scene when they're talking about like the civil rights leaders and all that. And then there's a good scene, and he goes, they're talking about man. What about Jesse Jackson and that? They're all saying, they make them films, the black barbershops and all that. And then
that's what actually goes on.
That's what goes on. And then, they have their debates and that. And then Cedric the Entertainer went, man, fuck Jesse Jackson. He said, it made me laugh, man. True. Fuck Jesse Jackson. Even Cedric the Entertainer said that, man. Mm-hmm. That dude's a top sellout, man. That dude has sold Jake down the water like millions of times. Jesse Jackson. That dude works for Esau through and through. And then who's the other one that was kind of big at one point? From Harlem. Man, not Jesse Jackson. No, not Creflo Dollar, man.
There's a nigga, man. He's a skinny nigga, man.
But he's lost weight now.
I know he's a perm. It looks like he's dying in 2 weeks.
Fucking, how do I forget
What's
his
that
name,
nigga's name, man? Right, I'll just read this as you find it. This is
it's such a bait name, man.
Oh, fuck, what's that nigga's name? But anyway, this is Sirach 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, and extol it to the clouds. You speaking that up?
Yeah, so we looked at as the poor man, which the brother's gonna go into. But the people of this world, like for example, let's use Bill Gates as an example, right? The rich man. He comes out and does a TED talk, or he'll say something, and he'll tell you in that TED talk, oh look, by the way, we're gonna poison you, and we're gonna cull some of you because there's too much population on the earth. And you know what he's gonna get? He's gonna get clapped at because what he says is so amazing. Why? Because he's got all the so-called money, which he ain't on no level. You know, he ain't on no level, man. And
forget his name,
compared to the elites. But people are gonna extol what he says to the clouds. Oh, he's so great. Oh, he's got so wise. All of a sudden, a guy who's in charge of Microsoft, which that's all been set up anyway.
Al Sharpton.
Sharpton.
It's gone. Yeah, let him finish what he's saying. Sorry.
The guy, Bill Gates, Microsoft and all that, but now all of a sudden he's an expert on the yabs.
Well, bro, prime example is Steve Hawking.
Oh, that's another
That
one,
nigga was in a wheelchair with a flexible spine because he couldn't walk, right? He's just in a chair, just fucked up. But people actually said that's the smartest guy in the world, man. And you fuckers like.
If I had the power, I'll just roll him into the Thames. Get out of that, you know.
If he, you know.
And it's true. I've seen shit like that. And then there was Edomites interviewing him, and they said to him, I see one clip, and he said, the guy goes, you know, if I just study a bit more, will I ever be smarter than you? And he went, no. He said to him,
no.
And how can you be anyway?
Well, guess what? Well, but the thing is, if Steve Hawking
why
came
didn't he
into the
fix
hood,
his legs?
Yeah, if Steve Hawking came into the hood and to speak about God, 2/3 were like, oh man, that's deep, man. Yeah. You know, Steve Hawking. Well, even that nigga from, what's that guy's name, man? You know these Benjamites, Haile Emperor.
Selassie.
Yeah, I think it was Bob Marley's wife. Yeah, was telling the story how he was in a crowd and they locked eyes, and it's like but amongst Benjamin, it's like a Benjamite myth. Like, I see him in eyes, and I just knew that is the one, and all that, and niggas will fight for that, bro.
And that fucking Selassie, in reality, was probably trying to get out of there.
Yeah, well, he was.
You know? Because I know he did some shit where he said he opened up some land for some jakes in Ethiopia and stuff like that.
And apparently, when he left Ethiopia, the rain stopped.
Yeah.
And then the lion came to his hand and all that shit.
Didn't that guy get buried under a toilet?
Yeah, he is.
Wait, well, why did he come to Lizzie?
Yeah.
He came to Lizzie because Mussolini was jacking him up, man. So he came to Lizzie for help. And I'm talking about the Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. But yo, Al Sharpton, he was another crook. Al Sharpton, that's the one. And you see him now, he lost the weight, but he looks like a demon. Like if you see him, because he was kind of a big dude. If you see him now, he's lost the weight, but he looks like a demon, Al Sharpton. And Al Sharpton, there's a dude on the internet, man, Michael Francis. I don't know if you know, seen his channel. The mafia, ex-mafia dude or whatever. Yeah. And he's told stories of Al Sharpton. He used to link. Al Sharpton worked with the mafia to, like, you know, get certain mafia dudes in, like, to get links with black boxers and shit like that for corruption. So he's been getting paid off of you Negroes, man. Al Sharpton.
One time he actually
Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all of them cats, man.
I think it was Al
the Fruity Loops of Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when one with Al Sharpton, they actually caught him on a phone tap trying to buy bricks.
That is hilarious. But it's true. He's a top crook. That is funny, man. Because even that Michael Pratt, imagine he tried to buy bricks out in Harlem. Yo, but speaking of Harlem, it's funny because today I see something. You know, Harlem is meant to be like the mecca of obviously Jake and stuff, innit? You know, like, and all that. Anyway, there's this new movie coming out and it's called Harlem, and it's about, I've seen an advert of it, and it's like Megan Good's in it. You know Megan Good? Yeah. It's about like 5 black women. Girl, get your money up and all that. And the movie's called Harlem. But Harlem back in the day was all about, like, you know, black renaissance and, you know what I'm trying to say, black leaders and all that. Now it's about, now the movie's called Harlem and about 5 black women. Fuck you know. This place is done, man. You know? And Harlem, which is, you know, I mean, let's read anyway, because obviously that's like the spiritually, you know, that's Israel, you know?
Yeah.
But now, look at what shit's become, man. America just got to get nuked, man. We got to go back to the real land, man. Go on, man. We're all them corrupt-ass leaders. And you, Jake, still believe in this shit, man.
Yep. And it says, so back in what I was reading, this is Sirach 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow.
Yeah, so if Al Sharp, and we call him Al Sharp Tongue, innit? That's what we call him.
Tongue.
If Al Sharp Tongue speaks, everyone believe, that's true, that's true.
Mhm.
So what do we do next? And while he's leading you to the fucking bath of acid.
Yeah.
But a poor man speaks, we're reading the Lord's word. You know what I mean? What is that guy you was talking about? The guy you just talked about. Who's the one you
Jesse
just...
Jackson.
Nah, the other Edomite dude used to make.
Steve Hawkins.
Steve Hawkins, someone else you mentioned before him as well. Bill Gates, Steve Hawkins. If they speak, the world listens. You know? If Jesse Jackson speaks, the world listens.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a Bentley. He's got a private jet.
Yeah.
He's got
That's where he's at.
Oh, look at the way he's wearing that suit and all that. You know?
Yeah.
He's got the Rolex. He's got the gold chain.
Yeah.
He's gonna go into his private jet now. You know, he teaches prosperity or he teaches that. You can have some of this and all of that. But when they look at the brothers,
Hey, when the Lord does away with the gimmicks of this world, like the goodies, when it means
all these
nothing,
leaders.
because it's happening now as well. You know, like monetarily, the FRNs are gonna mean nothing soon.
Yeah.
Like a gold watch will mean nothing. A Bentley will mean nothing soon. There's gonna be Bentleys in front of you. You're gonna come out your house. There'll be open Range Rovers, bro. You can go in it and drive it if there's petrol in it for free. No license, nothing. That's
I Am
like,
Legend.
I Am Legend. It's gonna,
I Am Legend.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Day, yeah.
There's gonna be Bentleys and Ferraris just out here. You know, just no one in them.
Yeah, and it's gonna be lovely, man.
And then it's gonna mean nothing. So my point, what I'm saying to you, when the gold and all that, you know, the gold watches, I gotta listen to him because I see that. I don't know what they call that Rolex piece on his. I gotta listen to him. When that means nothing, what are people gonna do then? My point is, when it means nothing, the only thing that's gonna matter is truth.
yeah.
Who's got light, man? Who's got the answers? Who's got the protection? Who's got that hedge? You know?
I have a quick one.
That's when all them honeys are gonna be trying to run like to brothers on the earthly level. You're gonna have certain honeys try to run for help. Because you're going to be walking with an air of confidence about you, man. Lord willing, when that time comes, brothers that are in the faith are going to have like an air of confidence about them. Not pride, but confidence that, you know, we know what we're doing.
And we're gonna be looked after.
Yeah, everyone's panicking.
Yeah.
I was reading about Elijah. You know, in that time of famine.
Yeah.
When I don't know if it was the oil or the meat, it just wasn't running out.
No,
the flour.
it was the flour and
Yeah,
oil.
it wasn't running out. It was just replenishing. The ravens were feeding them.
Overflowing.
Yeah,
It was
like
overflowing.
ravens were feeding him. So
His cup running over.
Yeah.
he was being looked after, man. In the time of dearth, in the time of famine.
And you're spiritual about the stories that you just mentioned, because the Lord actually spoke to him and said, I have prepared a widow to take care of you.
Yeah.
But when he met her, she didn't even like actually like know anything about him. So the point I'm making is like the Lord actually sealed it in her spirit to just take care of him, man. You know, and the same thing took place with them those birds, man. The scripture says they actually brought him cooked food in the morning and night, man.
Yeah, twice a day. Yeah.
You know, that's deep. That's
The ravens.
Yeah, the ravens, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ravens, man, it's funny because ravens, they actually talk. You know, ravens talk, man. There's clips of them. They actually speak, man.
Yeah.
And it ain't like a parrot. They will actually like wait and then say something. Like it's bro. How the hell do you have a bird like that?
That's the most
You can even see videos of it like now where like there's a lady, she checks animals and the raven actually says words, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then they'll say like random words in the sense of, it's not like a parrot. They will actually say something, a raven, when needs be. So imagine if a raven was bringing in food, man, they could actually be, you know, they could do anything. They could guide you to the right path. Listen, the Lord said you have to walk this way, but it's a raven telling you that. I mean, I don't know, but it's like they even do certain things now in this realm that we're in. Ravens.
Ravens are also known for having good memory. You know, they have a good memory, man. So you're online as well. You know, there's clips of ravens that like a person might have thrown a stone at them like a month ago. They come past and sweep by and peck him. You know, crazy, man.
Yeah.
That shows you the power of the Lord, man. I can talk. That's crazy.
We're gonna actually be looked after, man.
Yeah.
But meanwhile,
Oh,
other people are
that's
gonna be
scripture,
getting
man.
jacked up. I remember not too long ago there was that video of that Amalek that was running down the road getting attacked by birds.
Oh yeah. You know what?
And I wasn't saying about the raven, and I wasn't saying not like a parrot, because parrots are deep, man. Yeah. The fact that you got an animal that can actually talk is crazy. So, but it's just showing you. I just been saying
it was different.
They're different, yeah.
It's a different way, innit?
It's crazy, man.
I have a quick one.
Yeah.
Job 5 and 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with
That's
you.
the hopeful elect. They're gonna be in league with everything, man.
The beasts shall be at peace with you.
Yeah, man. So there's gonna be like an air of calm about the brothers of the elect, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, and even now, man, it's true, because even now, you know, it's funny because even when we're teaching, sometimes dogs might run over to us and not listen to the owner and want to just like play around. But you know, there's a vibe, man, on you, man. Because even the animals and stuff are like spiritual, man. You know what I mean? So it's true, when we get the powers, man. Well, not the power, but when the time of trouble, there's gonna be a aura about brothers that people are gonna want, you know, help from you.
Yeah.
The animals, they're not gonna harm you as they're gonna harm others, man.
And it's true.
Like a lot of these people with like 6 or 7 pit bulls in their house,
they're gonna turn on
they're gonna be like them people are gonna become dinner.
No, for real.
The dogs to tear. The Lord's gonna flip the script, man, on them.
Yeah, and you know, and
your family pet, you think it's a family pet, is gonna fucking want something to eat.
There's actual stories of that, man. Like I remember there was a story of a lady. Her yard caught on fire and her dog was trying to wake her up. Well, the Lord made her dog eat her face. So when she woke up, she had one eye. But guess what? She was saved by the fire and was able to come and live and tell the story. You see her face, it looks like a thumb, bro. Like, her face, her face is fucked. You know? Her face is fucked, bro. You know? But guess what? You actually see her now with the same dog saying, "This dog saved my life."
Damn.
You know? Really, that dog's supposed to be put to death, man, scripturally.
That Lord is the Lord. Salaki.
Yeah,
the Lord
I know you,
is out there, man.
You know?
Out there. There was one woman, and like basically I seen it. It was time ago, right? It was a murder investigation. You know them programs that they show you how a murder happened and whatnot. And they found out eventually. But basically, this woman, her dog killed her. And you know what it was? Yeah, her ex-husband trained the dog. Basically, he wanted her dead, so he used the dog. So he trained the dog for a specific word that she says will trigger the dog. So he's not in the house, you know, but he's trained the dog. So a specific word she said triggered the dog, and it devoured her in her room. It was a fucking blood spilled everywhere. That they found out later, the police through the investigation, that he used a trigger word on the dog to annihilate the woman, but he's not nowhere there.
That's why.
That's how you know it's demons.
You know? Wow. Fucking hell, man. Yeah. She even looks like a demon like that, man.
Bro. That's how you know it's demons. You gotta really, that's calculated. You gotta really think like, yeah, I'm gonna train this dog over. You gotta train the dog over a period of time. She's not gonna learn it straight away.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta time it like she's at the house. Yeah. You know, that is demonic.
I don't know how, because it went into it. It's like, so she obviously triggered the dog and it went off on one.
Yeah. But guess what? It's the spirit, you know, the Lord that made him, the dog get an understanding, man. You know, to do it. That's the Lord, man. You know, I got a scripture on that. This is
so these things, the Yahweh Hashem Yashai, you know, these things ain't nothing to be played with out here, man. Like, this place in general, man. It's like, you know, like, yeah, man. It's gonna get crazy, man. And it's true, even in these little high-rise buildings we live, people have pit bulls, people breed dogs in there.
Yeah.
You might know someone that breeds 7 fucking pit bulls in his house and he has them on treadmills and training them to sell them to people. You know, like that shit. That's what niggas be doing, thinking they're DMX and all that, man.
Go switch on you. This is Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of their destruction, they pour out force and appease the wrath of him that made it. Right? So that's the Lord, man. So anytime you see someone just get fucked up, man, that's the spirit of vengeance, man, that the Lord made happen. You know? you know the information on kids. They're just strolling, man, and a fucking a wolf or something just comes out of the woods, man. Or a beast that isn't normally known for like being harming people, you know, like a calmly trained dog's not really known for that. The Lord makes that temperament skyrocket on that person, man, that beast, and it just does what it got to do.
Hey, there's a Stephen King film called Cujo. You gotta check it out. It's like Stephen King is known for making them horrors. He used to write novels, but they made films of his books. And there's one called Cujo where it's like a family dog and that, and it gets bitten by a bat and it wants to annihilate the family. The whole movie's it's like a horror movie, but it's sick. It's like one of them Beethoven dogs. I forgot what they're called, man. You know them Saint Bernards. And it's a nice dog, but the demon got on the dog. It's crazy, man.
These horror films are gonna become like a lot of them are gonna become reality. Daniel's 12-1.
You have to see it. Cujo. It's called Cujo, and it's like the dog is like a family dog, but then the bat bites it, and the demon gets on it, and then it fucking, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the Lord's gonna do that with animals out here in general, anyway, man.
Have a quick precept on that.
You just saying that.
Yeah. There's another movie, Birds, with Alfred Hitchcock. You know, they're attacking people, plucking people's eyes out and shit.
And birds do that. Like, birds actually do that.
And remember, the Lord promised the birds a feast.
Revelation.
All the bodies, man. Go on, man.
This is Isaiah 6:4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them.
Yeah, so all your fears, you know that you have upon you. Some people their fear might be to be buried alive. Or the Lord can make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Dogs.
Yeah, some people's fears may be, I don't know, like, I don't know, man, their house being just on fire or something. You know, and they can't get out. They're locked in a room.
Yeah.
The Lord can make that happen for you, man.
Hey, yeah.
It's gonna bring whatever's them wild imaginations in your brain. He's gonna bring it to your life.
Yeah. Well, especially, well, even, you know, these women are feminists, right? Well, in that time, man, when the lights go off, man, them men that, you know, them men that you like I posted the clip in the chat. The Purge, man.
He was,
Diego.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite clips, man, in films. He just turned up, the Purge. That sun went down, boy. He was like, you know what he said? He was like, yoo-hoo, you know. He's in the yard. He's like, hey, I'm here for you, baby. You know,
he was waiting to do.
And he was in the spirit, man. And then you know the praise where he licked her face. You know, that's how it's gonna be, man. You know, you strong, independent
women
out there.
I don't need a man.
That guy who always come past and you barge past him at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Well, he gonna stalk you, man. Well, guess what? He's already clocked where you live. And that time
listen, man. A lot of these men out here that aren't in the spirit of this truth, they're already preying that.
They're already preying that.
Like, they're already doing it now.
Yeah.
You seen some of them clips out in New York where them dudes are just the little Peruvian just went and grabbed that bitch and just started getting the cop in a field for free. And another one happened with a tall Jake. He just ran up on some jogger in the middle of the morning and grabbed her and just started rubbing her up.
Yeah.
And then she looked like stranded on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're already thinking like
man,
that.
Them,
when the Lord turns the lights off, boy.
Yeah. Well,
it's gonna be cold in His kingdom, man.
Them Jakes he calls called names in school. He magically lives next to you now, and he's gonna.
Hey, that clip, the Purge, he had his button top unbuttoned. That Diego guy, he was waiting for those broads. He had his button on top with a gun. You know, he was, you know,
and he was creeping in the house, man.
He was creeping up in there,
and that's what's gonna happen, man. And it's and that gonna happen with people who are in the world that the Lord is going to use to just fuck you up, because we are waiting on the Lord for the spiritual power.
Hey, and
you know?
all the like the women with brothers, you're gonna see the benefit of that.
You're gonna see the benefit of that.
That's why you got to stick to the believing. You know, the few sisters and women that believe, you got to stick to that belief, because there's going to be a reward for it.
Yeah.
You know, like the women, the wives of brothers, they're going to see the reward of that in the end. All the hell that they have to deal with now, brothers have to deal with things. They're going to see a reward of that when these independent ladies, you know, you're just gonna hear screams.
Yeah.
You're just gonna hear
Them
screams.
zips, yeah.
Yes.
As soon as them lights go up, a loud sound like
Help
in the
me!
land
Yeah.
of zips gonna just go down, man.
Help me!
Yeah.
All that. You know, even when
And just men
when
laughing.
lockdown started happening, man.
Yeah.
You know, like when this world started changing, you know, you definitely guaranteed had a lot of exes or brothers hitting them up all of a sudden.
Oh man, yeah.
I should have. They start remembering things.
Oh yeah.
He was actually cool. Because you know these women, they fucked over so many dudes, and there was some dudes that were, you know,
Cool.
exactly, and they've done that to brothers too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's gonna be a lot of payback. Anyway, but that's what's gonna happen. But go ahead, Ad.
Yeah, I've got something. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for
That's
vengeance.
spirit.
Oh, you read it?
No,
Oh.
it's all right. Read
Read
it.
it.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
See, that's the Lord making it come twice for that extra effect, man. You know, because hey, well, we saw it during the week. Apostle Gabar did a video on that Jake in Baltimore, man, who turned up at he murked his ex girlfriend.
Today's the day.
Yeah, today's the day, you know. And guess what? He was a normal Jake. He was a nurse, a doctor. You know, you know, a Jake. You know, you see him, smooth face. You know, getting paid a lot of money. But guess what? You know what happened?
He was driven to the brink, innit?
He murked, and you know what's spiritual like about that video? That it's cold because you can see he's made a rationale. Like he's calculated this. He's like, you know what? You know, the only way for us to improve is to take, you know, that's the spirit that this guy had. Like the guy thought about it, he was writing his notes, and he said, you know what, this is the best thing for me to do. So he murked his old girlfriend, who was pregnant with his own child, and he was on a live speaking. He was on live speaking to his people on Facebook. Yeah, I murked her, and I'm gonna make. And then as he's finishing, his ex-wife closes the door, and he runs. Today's the day, you know.
For her as well.
So yeah.
Damn.
And guess what?
Oh, man.
He murked them both. He murked them both, and he murked himself.
Hey,
and that's the Lord, man.
Remember what he was saying? He was like, what did he say? He said, hey man, don't play with people's emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see a little bit, and he was calm.
He was calm.
He was
Bro.
calm. That's how you know it was a spirit on him.
There was
It was just a spirit on him. He was calm, cool,
yeah,
smooth.
with rationale. That's the scary thing.
It was like a dream.
That's what he said. He said it felt like a dream.
Yeah.
And he had rationale.
So the Lord put that spirit on him.
Yeah. And the point I'm
Cold
making
hit.
is, in that time when you know all these little, especially this is the perfect example, these little flats, when the lights go off, the nigga the mains go off.
The lights go down.
All you gonna hear is a big, like a big foot and wood cracking. Smash, you gonna come in there, and he
So
gonna
who
make
you gonna
it happen.
report it to?
Yeah, who you gonna report it to?
Yeah, the lines are gonna be done.
The lines are gonna. Hey, well, a prime example is. Do you remember that film? World War Z. Do you remember the one that was in the supermarket, and then you had a police officer trying to come and take food. So basically they sprinted in, and then you know the person stealing was kind of like shit, and the police officer pushed them out the way. Like I'm gonna take some of the food too. So that's what's gonna happen, man. These same police officers gonna throw their bags.
They're
out.
already doing that.
That's
A lot of cops are just relinquishing. I mean, I ain't dealing with this.
I ain't dealing with
But
this.
you had that even in Europe, in
LA.
France, in LA, in France. You had a lot of them French cops. I
Yeah,
never signed up to go out to protest every day or riots every day.
Yeah.
So a lot of them French cops even was protest. They even protested. The cops.
Yeah.
They protested against the government in France, man. So
LA,
you know, a lot of them just give up their job, man.
Yeah. LA even said this past month, basically, to visitors don't come because we can't guarantee your safety. So
That's that purge.
Yeah, that's that purge, man.
It's my turn to purge, bitch.
Yeah, bro.
He said that.
You know, I was thinking of that song.
that was a dope clip.
I was thinking of that song. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get worse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And LA, man, what's LA? You got all them niggas with guns,
Yeah,
Berettas, Uzis, bazookas. Then you got the fucking ex-cops with their army guns. You've got fucking the crackers living in the hills with their. That's gonna be America's gonna be a melting pot of death, man.
Yeah.
Actually, The Purge is a deep movie because The Purge.
It's based in America.
The Purge is like reality of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
People just marauding with guns around the
Yeah,
land.
yeah. Second is 15. Yeah.
But it's not gonna be like for one day. It's just gonna be continually.
Continuous.
You know, till the chaos. When the chaos begins, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the cycle the Lord wants.
Yeah.
There ain't gonna be no chaos, then it's gonna calm down. It's just gonna be chaos after chaos, man. I don't know if you've noticed, every time you see the news, it's always it's just all about death.
Yeah.
Every time something comes up, 6 people died today, 1 person dead here, this person dead, a tornado. It's like all chaos news, death news.
Yeah, and it's gonna, and if, remember the scripture says it's a time like there's never been. Especially in these major cities. You know, when we watch these films of these like Contagion, you know, I Am Legend, such films of destruction. It's always in these major cities, man.
You know what, bro? It's funny because I was at work the other week. There's this, you know, Eastern European dude. He was talking to me, and he's from Ukraine. And you know, he told me that before World War II, Stalin like starved out Ukraine, the native Ukrainians, and then a lot of the people were starving because he took away their crops and that. And then you had kids that were like pretty much like skinny, you know, no, just like bones. This dog's coming over here, like jokes. They were like bones, these kids. Anyway, these children would go out and they would go to other people's homes and that, and they wouldn't come back. They'll go missing. So basically, what he said was cannibalism just shot up. So children were getting eaten.
Yeah, in times of trouble, they always have that. I was reading about the siege of Leningrad. I was in Russia. Similar thing. People were eating. There was like after it finished, they would have seen all the cannibalism that was happening, and they show you that in all the movies as well.
Yeah.
In the TV shows, The Walking Dead is an example. They were eating
the
a
Book
Jake.
of Eli.
Oh, they had cannibalism. I can't remember.
Remember when they went into that house?
Yeah. And
it was in under bunker.
Yeah. And he told her, look, they're trying to eat us here.
Yeah.
She was thinking they're good people and all that.
And then it was booby trapped.
Yeah,
Remember
and down the stairs you had all the parts of people.
It was booby trapped, man.
The road.
With
the house.
The road. They're gonna kill me. Yeah. And even in fucking, like I imagine to a certain extent. Remember those bugged out with the vaccine that, oh shit, you know, the thing that turned them all bugged out.
Yabassinians.
Yeah.
Yabalonians.
Do you remember basically, as soon as they can smell blood, they're gonna try and come for you, man. You know?
Oh yeah. And then they won't come out on the light.
As soon as them lights go off,
bam, they're out.
Those, bro.
And then you had them dogs as well.
The dogs.
And he remember when he made it just out in the light. Then they had to get home before sundown.
Yeah. And that's what's gonna happen, man. Imagine today the lights go off in the whole of the city of London because this place is full of CCTV. It's the most CCTV place in the world.
But that's spiritual because there's going to be a time when all of that locks off.
Locks off, man.
Because they big brother's watching.
Yeah.
That's what they say. But bro, if you go to a wilderness, you can't see nothing in the night.
Yeah.
So when the lights are off, these lights that, the electricity, man, it's going to be pitch black.
Yeah.
Like, the Lord described the darkness in Egypt. Remember, it was thick. You could feel it. So when you go out to a place when it's, because we've been out to like environments and there was no light.
It's got a spirit, man.
And it is scary. You don't know.
Yeah.
You ain't got light out there.
You be basically, you don't know where you're walking.
Yeah. Remember when we was
You think you're going? Yeah. Go ahead.
Remember when we was out of town at time in the woods? We was kind of walking up in the dark in the kind of.
Oh yeah.
Remember we was on that the long road. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of like. I was looking my left to right.
It's intense, isn't it?
It was intense,
man.
Yeah,
but you see, them kind of things are good because it's like, it's like you're with brothers, you're going, you say experience, and then it's like spiritual too, man.
Yeah,
like the spirit helps you out, man.
Yeah.
Because that's why you're gonna need the Lord, man. When everything's turned off out here, you're gonna need the Lord with you, man.
Yeah, man.
But what the hell are the masses gonna do, man? It's gonna be chaos. Hey, bro, we'd be walking around. be seeing, you know, dead bodies. We're not used to that. It's gonna be like a war zone, man, in this world, man. So go on, that.
It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Yeah, man. So even remember, you know, Scripture speaks about, obviously, you know, the new Egypt is America. It speaks about plague Egypt with plagues as before. You know, so remember, this is a time that's never been, man. Them apparitions are coming back. Yeah. You know, the same things us brothers may go through in our nightmares. That's what's going to be happening to these fuckers, man. Because, you know, them apparitions, man. You know, you've been in your house dark. You just hear glass. You know. The thing that let me happen, man. You know these zoos that are in urban areas. Spirits of vengeance. The Lord might make angels open the gates, bro.
But bro, you've got brothers in the faith that, you know, have, you know, seen things. Yeah?
Seen things, yeah.
Like you might even you know, brothers, we've been attacked by spirits and stuff, held down and all these things. But you've got brothers that have actually like
seen stuff in the flesh,
and they've even said, look, man, you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And that's a man of the Lord, potential man of the Lord, saying, look, you don't really want to see those kind of things.
Yep.
You don't want to tempt the Lord to see that. That could bug you out.
Yeah.
So what more so a person that ain't even in tune with that?
And he's got
these people are already bug outs anyway.
He's got 6
like they've already got these wild demons on them.
Yeah.
So imagine when the Lord opens that to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this time, as Jake says, live out. We're gonna be live out. It ain't gonna be your mind is not. You don't know. Your mind is not playing tricks with you.
Nah.
These things actually are real.
Happening
You know?
right in front of you.
You remember in Egypt, them apparitions were so bad, people would die in a fight. You know, if you go into to Wisdom of Solomon, I believe, right, it speaks about, you know, the sound of a rushing water, you know, or it even said the sound of like a serpent or rattling.
Yeah. Animal noises.
Animal noises, terrible beasts.
It was so, the darkness was like so thick in the you couldn't light a flame.
Couldn't light a flame, bro.
Man, you're in a dark room and you hear,
Bro,
shit. Where's it coming from?
Bro, even now, you're in the dark room and you hear a mouse, you're like, huh? Hmm?
yeah,
Bro, a bird, like even a bird. If you was in your yard and you heard a bird, like it's a bird going, you gonna bug out, bro. So how much more rattling snake? Cause you gonna think, shit, is it gonna bite me?
What's going on here?
Come on, man, and that's coming back, bro. To these fuckers, because in that day the Lord's gonna put a spirit upon us. The scripture says, "I'll make a man more precious than fine gold." So
hey, wild beasts, man.
Wild beasts shall be at peace with us,
Yeah.
Lord willing.
But for them, teeth are wild beasts.
Yeah, man.
You might run into a room and there might be a lion that just done eating a meal silently,
Yeah.
and then all you hear is,
Yeah, and
Oh, fuck your shit up. Yeah, you thinking, what the fuck?
yeah.
Wait.
No, for real, man.
because hey, you got zoos. What do you think, nigga? What's gonna happen? You already get zoo escapes now.
Zoo escapes now.
What's gonna happen when the lighting's down? Because them gates, they work with electricity and all that.
Yeah.
What happens when all that?
But a lot of
yeah,
people, you know what they're gonna do? A lot of these so-called God believers, they're gonna pray to their idols.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some people are gonna try and pray to idols,
I ain't
man.
gonna save them.
You know, Jake. A lot of these wicked ass Jake, they're gonna start praying to idols. First thing that Jakes do in a bad situation is ask the power for help, but they don't know who they're asking. They're asking their idols. Hey, we're gonna ask the Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. We're gonna, like, Lord willing, pray, man, in them times, man.
I'll read these last two verses.
Go on,
Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and
That's
the
all
sword.
all them you were just talking about.
Them screeches.
You know? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, you see these like, you see these massive anacondas. And you know, we were talking about horror films.
Yeah.
You got Jumanji, which is not a horror film, but
Yeah, that's sick.
Jumanji.
Jumanji's great, man.
Anaconda,
Yeah.
Piranha. You got all these films. It's about playing on people's frights. Well, you know, all those things are gonna come, man.
Jumanji was
Destination.
the one, man. Jumanji with Robin Williams,
Yeah.
the original. That was a hard film, man. And you had all them wild animals coming to their world.
Yeah. Well, I think about Jumanji because you had the wild beasts and all that. But then one of the top people that was coming for him was Esau.
Yeah, the hunter.
The sword with the cunning hunter.
Yeah.
You know?
With that, the hunter. Yeah.
Because you're gonna have all that mayhem, and you're also gonna have
And he was
Esau's troops.
precise with that shot.
You're gonna have the troops. You're gonna have the drones. All of that, man. Esau's military.
The enemy shall come in as a flood. You know, and these fuckers, and it's gonna be beautiful because you know the scripture says, you know, for us in that time, we are gonna be enduring it. So I mean, it's gonna be scary, but the Lord gonna put a spirit upon us to be strong in that time and actually know what's going on. But all these people, man, it's gonna be beautiful. You know, you got people out there with 5 jabs, with a mask. Oh, sir, can you tell me what's going on? Bah! They're gonna go gun buck you, man.
Yeah, you think that PC shit, all that talking is gonna work, man?
Yeah. All you're gonna hear is crack.
Well, it says they shall come in like a flood. So they're gonna be just any on site.
A baby go. Yeah.
Stepping on people.
Yeah.
Them dudes with them solid boots.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Bro. Yeah, for real.
Doors breaking down.
Bro.
Like,
and then as well, you know what people will say? Sir, have you got a shelter? And you're gonna say, yeah, come, let's go. You're gonna find yourself in a concentration camp, probably with the same person you're scoffing at, and the spirit of that brother gonna be scoffing at you, right? Oh, what's going on? Like, hey, bruv, look, man, I told you about this. I thought we had rights. You're gonna realize in that day that you don't have rights, man. I have a quick one.
And all them, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Can I have a lawyer? Bah!
Yeah.
Go gun
back
be
a
a
lawyer right there,
man.
The end of the M16, like.
Yeah, and break.
We'll close up soon.
Yeah.
But go on, man.
This is Jeremiah 2:27, saying to a rock.
Yeah, and you know them troops, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, them troops. Them foreign troops, man. They're gonna be raping men.
Yeah.
They're gonna be raping. You know, they are gonna do shit.
It's gonna be on them, man.
They're gonna be raping women, men. They ain't gonna be playing around, man. Some Persian troops. They already like popping each other and shit.
Up.
Or some fucking troop from, I don't know, man. Some Gurkha troops. Troops from Elam. They already do that freak shit anyway.
Yeah.
So when they see a young Westerner, that's gonna be a field day for them. Them young brats on TikTok.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a field day with them cats, man. They ain't ready for that, man.
And guess what? It's not far away from the imagination, because even this country, remember the investigations came out of Iraq. Yeah,
they were doing that.
Yeah,
piling up the Iraqi men naked.
And
that was British troops.
Yeah.
Piling up them, or they had one where they had the Iraqi dude and they took his prosthetic leg and they drinking beer from it. The troops.
Yeah.
Then you had all them bodies piled up. They were alive, a lot of them as well. They had masks on. They had them piled up, naked and shit. Humiliating
raping them too.
Raping them.
Those popping them,
putting prods up.
Yeah, those violating them. So guess what? Especially these 2/3 in the hood, man. These police officers got, and not even them, the troops. They have a fetish for a big nigga who fights. So I'm sorry to get but
that's what buck breaking was in slavery. Buck breaking was like to humiliate
the most toughest
the man.
liberal.
So that's Esau's one of his fetishes.
Yeah, man.
And he would do that in front of all the other Jake's slaves.
Yeah.
To basically
just to put fear.
It's a dominance thing.
Yeah.
So
that's
gonna happen, man. They're already like doing
They're
shit.
They're bugged out already.
So what do you think is gonna? Ain't gonna stop them? This is their last. Remember, this is the last hurrah of Rome. So the Rome's gonna go all out, man. The elites, powers, they're gonna allow their carnal realms to unleash all kind of shit out here, which is through the Lord. Anyway, go on, right?
Go on, bro. Yep. This is Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Yeah.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter.
So what do you mean by furbished? It means it's being made perfected, man. So Esau and his troops and these little weapons, man, Esau's investing his time, man. You know, remember, bro? Do you remember the special that we did a couple of years ago? What's the name? I know what.
Yeah.
The information came out in 1989. That was the invasion, I believe.
Yeah. 1989. Yeah.
That they had lasers, man.
Yeah. Melting cars.
Melting cars.
Eyewitnesses.
Eyewitness testimonies.
Yeah.
They had lasers melting cars in Panama, and you had Jake saying there would be like a whole family in a taxi, and the tank will roll over the taxi with the family in it. You know, Jake saying there was a machine like a radiator or whatever. They'll be far, but they feel like they're burning inside, man.
Crazy.
And that was in 1989.
So what?
How many years ago? 31, 32 years.
So you know now Esau's pretty much perfected those
33,
weapons, man.
something like that.
Because I saw the blessing that was given to Esau. If you think about it, back in the late 40s, and you had even in the 20s, you had rocket technology, but in the 40s, you had the atomic nuclear weapon. Mm-hmm. Okay, that technology, when you look at it, just talk about the waste to destroy that was given onto him. Okay, you didn't even have mobile phones back then.
Yeah.
So,
they had bombs.
but you had nuclear weapons that could destroy a whole city. It's a great sword.
Yeah.
That was given onto him. That's his power.
Yeah.
You know, when you look into it, man, a lot of the technology that he goes into is through the military.
Yeah.
The military had like phones and
But
walkie-talkies.
this is what these are all military things that we have in our hands anyway.
Yeah, before it goes to consumer level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So this is really this is pennies to what they really, not pennies, this is low to what they really got.
And they show it in their movies.
Yeah.
Or in their shows, like for example,
Like they've got them phones where they can go and then it'll just look down on you from their phone and they can see us right now on a phone.
Yeah.
We ain't got that tech yet.
Even certain kind of old school cartoons like Simpsons, or just, I'm not even that Simpsons conspiracy stuff, but just in general cartoons. Remember, we used to see cartoons of like the FaceTime.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They'll be like, here, Inspector Sergeant, can you do blah, blah, blah. Now it's a reality, man.
Yeah.
Well, in Star Trek, even the original series, and even like the series in the 80s and the 90s, they had like mobile communication. Like a guy might tap his badge and he could talk to someone, right? We got Bluetooth. You know, you might click a button and that's it. You know, and you got the Bluetooth.
Yeah. And you're locked in. Some of them ain't even got wires.
Exactly.
You know, you got the ones that
wireless.
Yeah.
Bluetooth. That's the technology. Yeah.
Well, even remember them old school films. They have them jetpacks and that. Now they got like. Do you remember that one with a guy in the sea?
Military.
That was like a proper jetpack.
Yeah.
And it was
powerful. It was powerful, bro. He was able to cross the ship.
Yeah.
That's how you know that this time's going to be a time that's never been. Even they came out in the article. They have robots that can reproduce, bro. How the fuck do you do that?
Well, yeah.
You know?
But they've got hypersonic missiles.
Hypersonic missiles.
They've got missiles that can shoot other missiles out, apparently, in China.
Robots that can reproduce.
Yeah.
Hey, and ultimately...
It's not like beat. They can just find a way to make it.
Yeah.
You know, you talking about the plagues in Egypt.
Yeah.
The ultimate plague is going to be the missile.
Exactly.
Missiles, man.
You know, and it's going to... what's that? I'm going to mix up Terminator. She's on the wall.
Terminator 2, yeah, where she's on the railings. Yeah.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Face fucking melting, man.
They call it Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. That's what's going to happen, man. Imagine that. So that's why we have to pray to just stay in this, man, because a lot of these fuckers in the world, you know, hey, a prime example is Noah, man. Remember when, spiritually, he was preaching, doing what he was doing, and those motherfuckers just chatting shit every day for 120 years. Mocking. You know, there was probably a Jake who saw him when he was 15 and now he's 75. Like, bro, he's still doing this. You know, his neighbor see him every day. What? And guess what? There was one day that rain came. You know, and as that
couldn't stop it.
And as that rain was going past upper level, you know, it was going past their knee, hold on, going past their waist. And when their head started to float, but they could still kind of touch the ground, that's when they was trying to get right.
But even that first drop really
that first drop.
Never happened.
Never happened before. Yeah, that first drop. That was probably all raving in the market that day, you know. And that first drop.
Just dropped that one.
Pap. You know, they snapped them on the neck in the in the middle, bro.
If you're never used to something, never seen it, never.
Gonna bug you out, man. That's what's gonna happen.
You got a bit more on that. We'll finish on that.
Yeah.
Go on.
It says, if it is furbished that it may glitter, should we then make mirth? It condemneth the rod of my son as every tree.
Yeah, so should we then make mirth? The answer is no. It's better to go into the house of mourning than it is to. Yeah, man. So we ain't in a time of mirth, man. We're in a time of just staying on the path, man.
Right.
Fuck mirth, man.
Yeah, man.
You see where that's got everyone, man. Mirth has got everyone
Fucking jab.
jabbed. Yeah, sorry, you say that word. Yabbed up, man.
Yeah.
Mirth's got everyone yabbed up right now. So, fuck that mirth shit. And just they get yabbed up just to be out in the same
Bro,
stupid
you're
environment.
Stupid.
Ridiculous, man.
You actually now in you know, as these niggas saying drip. You're in drip, but you got a mask on and you can dance to the square box. You know, and you got 15 minutes to try to drink and get out.
Esau's playing with people.
You
man.
fucking idiots.
Playing
bro.
with you, man. You know. But anyway, man, should we then make mirth? The answer is no,
No,
man.
man.
Stay on the path, man. You know. You know. So you know, with that, you know, we're gonna say
All
praises unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Kadash. You know, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You know, and shalom to the hopeful elect, man, to the brothers teaching, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
Before that.